once again, my fellow students. I am a teacher in P3. Today we are going to look at this subject. Who can read it for me? This is social studies. We are going to learn social studies. Repeat, social studies. Who can tell me what we studied last time in social studies? In social studies, do you remember that in P2 you learned about what we call environment? Repeat, environment. Environment. Who can define for me, as you studied in P2, what is environment? Yes, thank you so much. Environment is all things environment is all things around us. Environment is all things around us. Thank you. So now today, as you studied the environment, today we are going to talk about the environment deeply. This environment is subdivided into different types, it is divided into two main parts. It is divided into two main parts. Those parts are called components. To mean, today we are going to study the components of environment. Components of environment. Components of environment. So, when you say components, this is to mean things made up of the environment. Environment is made up of two main components. Two main components. Who can guess what are those two components? The two components that we have in the environment, the first one is called natural environment. Repeat, natural environment. Now, what is natural environment? We are going to talk about it later. Then the second one, the second component of environment, we have human-made environment. Human-made environment. We have those two components. The first one is called natural environment. Repeat, natural environment. Thank you. We have human-made environment. Repeat, human-made environment. Thank you. So now we are going to look at these two components. First of all, what is natural environment? Natural environment, they are those things made by God. Things made by God. Thank you. All things made by God. Remember that God is written in a capital letter. The first G is written in a capital letter. Thank you. Now, what is, if this natural environment, there are things made by God. Now, here they say human-made environment. Kelsey? Thank you. There are those things or things made by people. When you say human, to mean they are people. We don't say peoples, we say people. Okay? Now, human-made environment, they are all things made by people. Now, natural environment, they are all those things made by God. Thank you so much. Now, who can give me an example? If we have seen that this natural environment, they are all those things made by God. Now, what are the things made by God? Those things made by God. Okay? Desk. No. We don't have a desk as a thing made by God. Who can give me another example? Another example of things made by God? Thank you. A tree. A tree. Okay? A tree is among things made by God. Thank you. Another one? Stone. Thank you. We have a stone. Stone. A stone was made by God. Thank you. You find other examples of those things made by God? Find them. Okay? Yes, Lemuel. A cow. A cow. Thank you. A cow is among the things made by God. To mean, things made by God, they are all those things we have. Animals. All the animals that you know, they were made by God. We have plants. When you say plants, they include all those things that people plant. Maybe they can get food, or they can get other things that they can use at their daily life. We have animals, plants, we have rivers. All these rivers that you see, they were made by God. We have lakes. Thank you. We have mountains. Okay? We have mountains. Thank you. We have also soil. Soil. All these things, they were made by God. We are going to see them after in details. Second one. We have seen the second component. Who can remind me it? Human-made environment. Human-made environment. Human-made environment. We have said that human-made environment, they are all these things that were made by people. What are those things? What are those things? An example? Desk. Okay, desk. A desk is made in timbers. Okay? It is made in timbers. And those timbers are used by people. Thank you. Another one? House. Thank you. A house is made in sand, okay, cement, some trees, timbers, and so on. Another one? Another one? A car. Thank you. We have a car or cars. Okay. Apart from cars? Yes. Who can guess another example? Another example, please. We have what else? Cupboard. We have cupboard. We have cupboard. We have tables. We have tables, and so on. Now we are going to see I am going to show you a map which shows how these things follow each other. And I think you will remember them. Okay? Here we have environment. We have what we call environment, and it is here. Environment is divided into two components. We have a natural environment, and we have a human-made. Apart from this natural environment, in this natural environment, we have living things. In this natural again, we have non-living things. You see that in this natural, there are things made by God. So, in these things made by God, we have living things like animals, plants. Okay? Animals and plants. In these non-living things, we have stones, mountains, and so on. But in this human-made, it only has non-living things. Are you seeing? So next time, as a homework, you are going to give me the examples of these non-living things in human-made environment. Thank you so much for today. So see you next time. Here we have again people. Then see you next time.